Welcome back, guys, to another video. As you probably guessed, I just purchased a new set of wheels for my track setup. Believe it or not, I've never purchased a new set of wheels before. I've always been an advocate of buying used parts, mainly because the price has depreciated to its max and you can get a good deal. I didn't come from a Subaru background, so when I looked at their wheel fitments, I thought their offsets were really strange to me, but nonetheless, I had trouble looking for used wheels. Since my options were limited, I basically figured I'll pull the trigger and get a new set. Oh yes. I have a certain standard when I look for wheels, especially when they go for track duty. My number one preference is weight. I usually like to go for the lightest weight as possible, and then second, the strongest wheels possible. Last on the list for me is aesthetic, but I do appreciate a good looking wheel. So when I came across this particular model of Apex wheel, it actually fit and met every single requirement I was looking for. I gotta admit, when I was unboxing this wheel for the first time, I felt like a little kid in Christmas morning opening a present for the first time. I opted for the 17-inch wheel because I wanted to run a taller tire profile, get a little bit more cushion, a little ride quality on the track, and also because since I will be driving it pretty hard, I do want that extra cushion, just in case. This Apex VS5 RS, they actually rate it just under 16 pounds for this size, in the 17x8. So for you nerds out there just like me, I went ahead and weighed the wheel before mounting and after mounting the tire. So just as advertised, these wheels are under 16 pounds, and for a 17-inch wheel, those are really light. My end goal with this setup is to try to shave as much unsprung weight per corner as possible. So when it came to tire options, I was looking at the 200 tread wear range because I wanted a track duty tire, and there were a lot of different options, but what it came down to was I wanted a tire that can actually take lap after lap and stay consistent throughout. So when I landed on these Continental ExtremeContact forces, they seemed to be the right fit. Since these tires are fairly new to the market, there's not a whole lot of reviews on them, so I figured I'd give it a shot and then I can give my feedback on them. My original goal has always been to compete in 8-6 Cup, which is here in Southern California. So the wheel and tire combo that I chose was to stay specific to a class so that I can compete in time attack. Even though I chose another 200 treadwear tire, not all 200 treadwear tires are created equal. Some grip much higher than others, some have a lot longer longevity in life, and honestly, the only way to figure it out is to just go out there and try them, unfortunately. And now for the weigh-in. So the combined weight of just over 37 pounds would place these tires right at about around 22 pounds each. And now the base 17s. These are my drift spares, and they're still wrapped in the original Primacy HP tires that came from factory, and I just wanted to compare. The stock 17 wheels are rated around 22 pounds, making the Michelin Primacy HPs around 17 pounds. My Trueno 18-inch wheels. Just like the premium trim, these come in the 18-inch Michelin Pilot PS4 tires. The stock 18-inch wheels are rated around 23 pounds, making these PS4s around 18 pounds. Comparing my Apex wheel to stock, I actually lose 4 pounds per corner of unsprung weight. When it comes to aftermarket lug nuts, my go-to choice is Project Kics. These are made of a blend of metals to combine both lightweight and strength. These come in variations of size and length, but for this particular setup, I want to go with the extended length. It mostly had to do with aesthetic more than anything, just because I like them to poke out a little bit. The spoke of my Apex wheels stick out quite a bit, so this would actually sit flush with it. That weird looking insert there is really just to keep out debris from getting inside. So you can see that these are a two-piece design. The face of the lug nut was meant to just sit on the surface of the wheel and spin independently, so that when you're torquing down the wheels, it actually doesn't scratch the wheel itself. Since I switch between wheels pretty often, It was pretty important to me to not scuff up the wheels when I'm constantly taking them off and putting them back on. Now, it's just a personal preference, but I like how the longer length of lug nut looks compared to these large spokes. Just for fun, I wanted to weigh and compare to stock lug nuts, but given that these are basically double the size of the factory lug nut, I knew that the weight wasn't going to be any less, but that really wasn't the main point of it. As you can see, the factory lug nuts are lighter, but it's very insignificant. Like, you're not going to feel ounces when you're out there driving around. But just for comparative purposes, you can see the difference.